Is it okay for a Christian to smoke weed? In other words, is it okay for a follower of Jesus to smoke marijuana? This is a question that I have a lot of people asking me these days, especially in my home state of Oregon, where smoking marijuana is totally legal. So just because something is legal and natural does not make it okay. The Apostle Paul said this in 1 Corinthians 6:12. He said, "All things are lawful for me, but not all things are profitable. All things are lawful for me, but I will be mastered by nothing." So the question, though, is, can Christians smoke weed? Well, I guess anybody can do anything, right? You can do anything, but is it okay biblically? And so my question to you is this, and this is really the question that this goes back to coffee, it goes back to sugar, it goes back to alcohol, it goes back to chewing tobacco, it goes back to all these things. And my question is this: even though it's legal and even though it's natural, what is your why behind it? I know people that take medical marijuana without the THC in it. The THC is what makes you high. They do it to sleep. I know some people that take it to ward off seizures. So when you look at marijuana, if you look at THC, you have to ask this question: why do I want to do this thing? Now, the thing about marijuana, from what I understand, is you smoke it and you get high. The purpose of smoking it socially is to get high. That is it. To say that you're smoking it to relieve anxiety, I would push back on that really hard and say, I understand the anxiety component, but I do not think that that is really your why. If you can use cannabis without the THC to relieve anxiety, I would say then that would be biblically okay. But if the why behind what you're doing is to alter your mind in any way, I would say that that is actually not okay, and I would say that you're venturing into sin. In other words, what you put into your body, if it has an effect on your mind that lessens your vigilance, you are not operating at full capacity. So no matter what we do, no matter what substance we put in this case marijuana, if it is altering or hindering or impairing our vigilance as a man, then it is less than your best version, and you are venturing into dangerous ground, not only for yourself practically, philosophically, but you are biblically venturing into getting really close to, if not indulging in, sin. So what is your why behind smoking marijuana? Is it okay for me to smoke marijuana because it's legal and natural? Is it okay for me to systematically, habitually get high? And I would say, no, it is not. If it is a negative aspect of your life that is hindering your vigilance and affecting your body, and it is habitual, that tells me that you have been mastered by it, not that you have mastered it itself. Jesus is the one who wants to be your master. So if anything masters you, any substance masters you, coffee, sugar, marijuana, THC, alcohol, if anything physically masters you, for you, that is a sin. That is something that needs to be dealt with so that you can walk into your best version. So is it okay for a Christian to smoke weed? The answer is, what's your why? If you need the THC in your life, I would challenge you and say, no, it's not okay, because you're altering your mind. You are buying into something that is psychologically habit forming and addictive, and you will not be mastered by Jesus only. You will have this other aspect in your life called marijuana, which will be master over you. Guys, if you want to know more about this, make sure you check out my book, Dialed In, Reaching Your Full Capacity as a Man of God. And if you have a friend who could be helped by this podcast, make sure you share the link with them. We'd really appreciate that. Until next time, feel the wet sand on the arena floor. Hear the deafening roar of the crowd. Taste the sweetness of victory. Smell the stench of battle. Get in the game. Get dirty. Grind it out. Be mentally vigilant, and be a man.